Hi everybody, Saturday morning, gone down real early and grabbed $300 worth of Australian $1 coins, and I went down to my mate Willy's fortnight ago, and he didn't have any coins at all. Nobody's paying with coins. So I've gone down today and we have coins, $140 worth. So we got 50 of ones, 50 of twos, 20 of 20s and 20 of 50s. I haven't looked through. I'm not that golfer that plays on his own and still puts down a 4 when he got 8. You know, I don't fool myself. I get excited checking the coins, and I definitely do not sniff in the bags. I want to show them as I find them, so we can all find them together same time. So I haven't looked, so I'm hoping I'll usually get some good stuff from his low amount of coins, I'll tell you. So I'm more excited about these than these, that's for sure. So anyway, we'll get into it and see what we can find. I'll do Willy's first, because I really want to have a look, see what's in there, and then I'll do the $1. Okay, so we'll get into it. Well, look at what I've got from $140 worth of coins from Willy's Milk Bar. Unbelievable, I tell you. To get this amount from that is pretty good. And what I've got is really good. Amazing. Can't believe every time I go down there that somebody in some households around there just dig their coins out, and I love it. So we'll start here with some varieties. So we got 3 1981, 3.5 claw Canadian minted variety coins. So the planchet here is flat. They're all flat, the pressures were less. The base of most of the lettering and the ones on the date have curved bases, so they're curved. The Canberra and Welsh Minted 1981, they're concave, so they're in a bowl, and the bottoms of all the lettering are flat. So you get a flat base planchet, curved based letters, turn it over, and every single time you'll have a half claw on that very first one. And that's the Canadian Minted. I've got videos on them for you to go and have a look at. They're close-ups, and it shows you the difference between these variety coin compared to the Canberra and Welsh Minted die fill error coins that get the half claw. Yeah, so and just by luck from the same lot, I have, and by the way, I got 15 20-cent pieces here out of $20. 15. I'm keeping all of them. So that's amazing. Anyway, so back to this one. These are Canadian minted, 3.5 claw. That half claw is the mint mark, deliberately put there. They have curved base letters and a flat planchet. This coin here is a 1981 Welsh Minted 20-cent piece. It has a concave planchet, it's dipped down. The base of all these letters are flat. There's no curve on them. And when you turn it over, you should have all the claws on there complete. But in this case, the very first claw mimics exactly this one here at having a half claw. This one is a die fill. This one is a mint mark. This one is an error. This one is a variety. So when you get them and you've got claws, the first claw is half, you need to turn it over and check this side to see. The easiest one for anyone to look at is the base of the letters. If they're flat, it's Welsh or Canberra. If you turn it over and the base of the letters are curved, fishtail, then it's a Canadian. And then to top it off, you look at the planchet, this is flat. You look at this one, because they use higher pressures at Wales and Canberra, it dips in like a bowl. She sits on there beautiful. On the top of that, she sits in there in a curve. I'll show that up close for you to see how good a mimicker this coin can be. When you get that half claw at the start and you think you've got a Canadian, but you've got an error. And on top of that, very hard to find. Doesn't matter. Well, it matters that it isn't a Canadian, because that's an error coin and that's a very hard one to find, and it's a 3.5 claw Welsh Minted error coin. And the reason it's Welsh is the nostrils are small and widely apart. The nostrils on the Canadian and the Canberra, the nostrils on the platypus are big. They're really round, sort of close together and big. These ones are sort of spread apart and there's slits. They're round, they're slits. Only the Welsh 1981 has those small nostrils. So that's the other thing. If you turn it over, it's got small nostrils with that half claw. Before, you don't even need to worry. It's a Welsh die fill error coin. So anyhow, hope you got all that, because that's good info to remember. And also I've told you how to identify the 3 different coins minted in 1981. The Canberra and the Canadian have large nostrils, and the Welsh has small slits for nostrils. Okay, so I'll show you that up close. I might show that up close, I'll see what I do. I'll put it together so you can see both. Okay, so this one I'm going to show you now is the Welsh Minted 3.5 claw die fill error. Okay, so that's what this one is. Plus I better point out, before I turn it over, it's got a concave planchet and the bottom of the letters are all flat, and the numbers, so they finish in a flat finish. Just like that stick, they're flat. Whereas the Canadian one is actually fishtailed, so it's curved. I'm doing it crudely, but that's what the bottom of the letters look like on a Canadian, and that's what the bottom of the letters look like on the Welsh and Canberra Minted, which that's this one. It's got the flat letters. So I'll flip her over. Okay, this is the other side, so that very first claw underneath the 2's bar is die filled, and it looks like a Canadian half claw minted, but it's not. And the nostrils on this coin, only on the Welsh coin, has small nostrils. They're sort of wide spaced, but they're slits or teardrop looking compared to the Canberra and the Canadian, which are more round and big. So I'll show it up closer. So that's the nostrils on this coin, the Welsh coin. Only the Welsh coin has those elongated, slotted nostrils. The Canberra and the Canadian are large. You'll see the difference. They're round and like poke holes, whereas these are more like a teardrop or a hole with a stroke to the side. So you'll see the difference, but only the Welsh has this particular nostrils. Small slits wide apart. It's really hard for me to get the light right on this for you to see that it shows like a half claw when you look down, but the actual top of that claw has a spike, and you can actually see the sort of outline. If you really stare at it and you move it around in the light and get the shadows on it and the gleam on it, and you'll pick up the rest of the claw that's been dye filled. And if you can't see anything at all and it looks like a flat field, and it's completely filled for a half down to the field, look for a spike right in the center going up towards the bar of the two. It's always there. It's the smallest of small. You've got to turn around, really got to study it. But if you've got a concave planchet and flat base letters with any claws filled on the back, it's a dye fill error. And in this case it's the Welsh one because it's got the small slitted nostrils. Anyway, that's a good find, hard to come by. But I can't show you in by eye. If you held it and you looked at it, you can see it's a half claw, but it might be shown a bit more than that here because this is 4K right up close. But believe me, it's dye filled and the rest of the claw is sitting on the top of it very faintly. So that's a good score. So this is the obverse up close, just to show you that the number ones have flat bases, and the I, L, A, R, the T, the A there, all flat based. The two I's here, flat based. The H, flat based. All of them are flat based. That means it's either a Welsh or Canberra minted coin. In this case, the small nostrils, it's a Welsh minted, 1981, with dye fill claws at the back, the first claw in half. Okay, so what we've got is, this side here is the Welsh minted 1981, and the same as the Canberra minted. The bottom of the letters are flat. And then this one is the 1981 Canadian minted, and you can see at the bottom of the H it's all curved, it's curved in like a half moon, you know, well, just like the top of the coin, it's curved. The eyes are curved, and the T, and so are other letters on there, but I just thought I'd show you them because you can see the difference there. So 1981 Canberra and Welsh minted, flat base. 1981 Canadian minted, curved base, fishtail. So that's how you tell the difference on that bit. And then of course the planchets are flat on the Canadian and concave on the Welsh and the Canberra. Then here we have two 2007 variety coins, date varieties. This is the broad 7 date variety. The end of the 7 is pointy but round. The O's in the centre, where you look in there, they're more elliptical than the standard date. And the 2, the serif at the end, it comes up a little bit to a round knob. It looks like a ducktail. The thin 7 has a thin 7 leg. The O's, when you look in the centre, look round. These are elliptical. And the 2 on the thin 7 is taller and finishes in a square. So look for them. We've got 2 of those, very nice. And I've got a video just on them, close up, so go and look at that, and you see it up close, how to tell the difference between the thin date and the wide date. So recommend go and look at that video I've got, close up video. And then beautiful, I love Bradmans. Look, somebody's dug out 3 Bradmans. They're I don't know, jar of coins. 3 2001. Bradman, so very nice. So the Bradmans are at 10mm, and I like them, I keep them. Then at the same time in 2001, 2 Victorian Federation 2001s, 2 of them, and 2 South Australian. These are at 2 million, these are at 2.3 million. South Australian and Queensland are 2.3 million, all the others are 2 million. So there's 9 states and territories to get. I didn't have these 2. If anyone saw my 20-cent design close-up that I did just recently, you'll see that I only had 4. And so I picked up another 2 that I didn't have, so that's 6. So I've got 3 to go. That'd be Queensland, West Australia, and Northern Territory. I need those 3. So beautiful. 4. I found 2 ACTs in the last $1,000 of 20-cent pieces. So just to show you how hard these are to come across now. And $20 worth of 20s, and I get 4. Beautiful. These have got varieties on them. I shouldn't go in it, but these have got varieties on them. The varieties on the front, and the variety is the IRB underneath the head can be these. All 4 of these are all joined IRB. You can get the variety of the obverse die. You can get them with I spaced RB joined and I spaced R spaced to B. So you can get all spaced, you can get all joined, and you can get I with a space with the RB joined. So there's 3 different obverses to find on all of the 2000s. So if anybody's got the South Australian 2001 20 cents, check them and see if you got die cracks here, all around here. And they look really good because it joins in and it just matches with this, but they're die cracks. They're worth good money, believe me. Have a look, check them. Then I got, which is amazing, these 2 here are a pair. This is a 2003, this is a 2011. But they're both volunteers. This is Australia's volunteers making a difference, this is international volunteers. But I keep these 2 together because they're a set, they're volunteers. So, somebody's done me a favour and put 2 brilliant condition volunteers, 2003 and a 2011. Excellent. Then, amazing, 2018, 50-cent piece, very low mintage, 3.7mm on them. Every time I get one of them, I can guarantee that there's going to be a JC sitting with it. And so the 2018 coat of arms, 50-cent piece, extremely low mintage. And every time I find one of these at Willy's Milk Bar, there's a 2019 JC with it, 70,000 at the moment. We'll see what happens after that annual report, as I say, and everything, but right now it's 70,000. That puts me on about 16. Out of 16, I've had 5 of them from Willy's, and 4 out of those 5 times, it's always been accompanied with a 2018. Amazing. These 2 come together every time at Willy's Milk Bar. A 2018 and a 2019 JC come together. Beautiful. So yeah, look, and $20 of 20s. I go through thousands to get these. So anyhow, brilliant stuff. And then, unbelievably, a 2019 JC $1. Mobberoos, 2.3 million. Extremely low mintage. So, you know, I just can't believe the low mintage stuff and the good collectible coins in here. And the errors. Well, that error was the hardest one to find, half claw, mimicking the Canadian but the Welsh Minted. These you come across now and then, still good to find, but they're all over. And then anyway, back to that, just the 2001 Federation $1. It's in nice condition. It's not glowing, but it's so clean. The fields are clean. It hasn't been banged and bashed. It's just sort of between it up there, but it's in very nice condition when you look at it. There's not much wear. It's just browned up, well not browned up, but it's lost that shine. Still got it in places. Anyway, I'll keep that because if you collect these 20 cents and you collect the 50, you need to have this, the complete, well, you need this and the coat of arms 50-cent piece for that year to have the complete set of Federation coins. So that's all the 920s, 950s, the extra 50 of coat of arms, and the $1. There's your set. So got to keep these when they're in good nick. Very hard to come across. Plus these ones I've found, you know, they're not easy to come across. I've found maybe, I don't know, maybe a dozen, but they rotate. So you just have the coin like that. You can flip it this way. If the queen's there, that's fine. If you turned it, and when you turned it, it was like that, it's rotated. And you can find them rotated. So make sure you always flip your dollars, them. I flip everything. Every single coin gets flipped to make sure they're not rotated. So anyhow, yeah, watch out for those. You can get, they're known for being a rotated coin. They're the only one I know that, you know, they come rotated. Others now and then the same, but they're not consistent. These are a consistent coin that's known to be rotated, and the only one that I know is a consistent rotated coin. So anyhow, what I'll do now is I'll do the $1, or will I? No, what I'll do, I'll finish that. I'm going to do the $1 coins as a separate video, so I can put this up separately. It deserves to be up separately. So until my next noodle, which will be the $1, thanks for watching, and bye bye.